chit chat with me in the comments if you'd like. I love to chat back. I don't always get right back to your comments, but I promise I will absolutely get back to them. Sometimes I'm already on my phone and I'll get right back, but you know, sometimes it might be a day until I get back to your comments. But know that when I'm on my phone, you guys are the first place I'm going to check to see if I have comments, to interact with you, because that's what I love. That is, yeah, what I want to do on here. So please comment, tell me things. Let's talk in the comments down below. It's me. I'm back, finally filming again, and I'm really thrilled that you're joining me again today. Thanks for coming back, or if you're new, thanks for joining me here today for this really exciting, massive purchases, pans, and past video, which is a collection of videos I was trying to start on my channel. I will link the couple that I did. I think I did one preliminary video, and then I did one like video showing stuff. So that was back in, I believe, March for, no, because this starts in February. So it would have been in February for January, December, November. So this is February through July. Let's get right to it because it's going to be a long video today. Grab a drink, grab a snack, grab your makeup. All right, I think I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. First, say hi to JC. She's so cute. She wanted to hang out with me today. I moved Fred for the video so he could be up higher, and she normally sleeps on him during the day. She's pretty sad that I moved him. I had all my stuff actually set up here. I was going to do the video a little different, and I had to switch it around. Hi, baby girl. Yeah. And if you hear the AC, I'm sorry. It is just the muggiest out today, and the lighting's not great because it's cloudy. August is the worst. Like my least favorite month, I think. Anyways, if you hear the AC, I'm sorry. That's just how it has to be. Let's start. She's so cute. Let's zoom you in. Let's start. Let's do our purchases first. I have it all written out. I have numbers for you and everything. I'll put them up on the screen here as we go, and then we'll keep rolling. Let's do the purchases. Welcome, Fred, back to our channel. And this is his little octopus friend. Fred is turning 2 pretty soon, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah. Well, I mean, 2 years since he died, obviously, because he's dead. All right. Anyways, welcome, Fred, guys. We'll start at the beginning. This started in February. I will, again, link above here the video previous that will give you January's totals in case you were curious for the full year. I'm going to tell you guys right now, spoiler, I went over my budget quite a few times this year, but it all works out. Well, you'll see in the end. You're going to have to follow the rabbit hole I went down with me because, you know, your girl makes excuses. She makes excuses. She makes reasons to purchase things that she shouldn't. But then she also is human and like gives herself forgiveness and makes it better, right? That's how we move through this world, one foot in front of the other. Sometimes we walk backwards. Sometimes we do. That being said, I made 3 purchases in February. Let's start out with my purchase from Milk Cosmetics. I love this bag. I do not regret purchasing it. I love the lining inside of it. If you watched my bag transfer, you probably saw this bag already. Bride of Frankenstein palette. Also, zero regret. Absolutely love this palette. I thought it was going to be way too bulky. It is still bulkier than I think it needed to be, but with the quality of the mirror inside, you can see how thick the mirror is right there. So it's a really good quality mirror. I like the art on the mirror. If I tip it down, maybe you can see it better. And then the color story. I've been absolutely loving this palette. Nothing bad to say about this palette. Probably my favorite Melt palette that I've purchased so far. I haven't tried all of Melt's palettes, so I don't know. I only have a couple of them, but this so far has been my favorite. I mean, Universal Monsters gives it a little leg up against other things because I am absolutely obsessed with Universal Monsters. It's like one of the horror shows I could watch growing up in a pretty conservative family. And so I have really great memories of loving those because I've always been attracted to like the more morbid, more like dark, what's the right word? Future Amy will pop up all the words she's thinking of right here. And the art is just really cool. I actually wish I had been able to get the powder, but I purchased this the day before they dropped the restock of this palette with the powder. Like the moment I got the email, I was like, okay, I'm ordering it. I know. How rude. My phone, my Gemini just cut me off. She is rude. This palette though, yeah, love it. I wish I'd gotten the powder. Went on sale, bought it. The next day they dropped the palette in this, and I was not gonna buy a second palette. Seems so wasteful to me to just get the powder. They re-released the powder, but it's not in the cute packaging, so that makes me sad because I really want the Universal Monster packaging. Maybe I'll find it online somewhere, and then I can like buy the new powder and decant it into the Universal Monster packaging. Am I gonna actually probably like do that? Probably not, but if I find it, I would purchase it. And then I also bought the Melt Damage Control Lip Mask, and I've really been enjoying this. This is actually my second. You'll see here in a minute that I purchased it again another month this year because it is so good. It tastes like watermelon, but it's not like strong watermelon. I was worried because their vanilla is pretty strong in their lipsticks, although I can still handle it because it dissipates fast enough, and it's vanilla, and vanilla is one of the fragrances that are least bothersome to my allergies or sensitivities, or what do you want to call my fragrance sensitivities. But this Melt Damage Control with the watermelon is a lot more subtle, but it's still really yummy and delicious. And the best thing is, like, you put this on and your lips are instantly, I swear, I don't understand how this does it instantly, but it really does. I still use like a thicker balm at nighttime because I like something that stays on longer. But if you're doing your makeup and you need something, you realize your lips are dry and you're like, oh man, I should have hydrated my lips sooner. This comes in clutch. You just put this on, give it 30 seconds, and you are good to go. You don't even wipe it off. It works great underneath their matte lips if you find that wearing a matte lip dries out your lips. The next thing I bought was this Dracula Damned Mascara. Super cute packaging. I have to say I care less about the packaging on this. I mean, I love Dracula, obviously. Maybe I hate Dracula. You have no idea. Anyways, this is Dracula. I like Dracula. I love vampires. And I don't know. I mean, I might keep this afterwards, just clean it out. But I like the red mascara. It's a really great red. I find it's not flaky and it goes on nice and even. I find that it looks red from a distance. It doesn't look brown like a lot of reds do. And actually, I've been finding myself wearing it more often than I actually thought I would. I've been surprised at how daily wearable, what does that mean? I was surprised at how well this goes with so many looks that I do. I'm just really surprised at how much use I've got out of this. And the last thing I bought, smoke sessions, nail decals. I used to love those back in the day. Nail decals, they were all the rave in the like early 2000s, late 90s. Glisten Cosmetics was my next purchase for February, and I actually purchased from them because I was getting something from my nephew. Here it is. I saw this. I got an ad, I think, on, was it on Instagram, or maybe it was one of the people I follow on Instagram posted a picture. Anyways, when I saw this product, I knew that my nephew needed it, and it was the Glisten Pride Liner. They had been interested in makeup for a while. They're really artistic, and I know I'm a biased aunt, but for real. But had been a little frustrated in the realm of how to work makeup and with the skin and everything like that, you know. They're young and they're just learning. So I thought I would get them this because they could actually use their paintbrushes to paint it on and things like that, which is more what they had wanted, to be able to do things like that. Anyways, I knew that they needed this, but I also knew that I needed it. So I bought 2 of these, and these are wonderful. I really, really like this. And I've never used a cake liner before, so I can't compare it to other ones, but I've been really, really enjoying these. And then I got the Spectra Lash in white. I actually haven't used this yet. Oh my gosh, why can I not think of her name right now? Was talking about these, and she really loves Glisten Cosmetics. I imagine that she tried really hard to get it to work, and she said she did, and she felt like these were quite patchy. So I haven't opened it yet because I just haven't had the time. I mean, I don't have any time to film it. I don't have time to sit there and mess around with something that I wasn't sure how it was going to work or how I was going to work it into my routine. So this has kind of just been sitting there on the sidelines waiting for me to use it. And then this item is their Juicy Tint in Tamarind, and unfortunately the fragrance on this is just too much, and I don't even feel like it's I think it's just the fragrance of the, oh no, I don't know if it's just the fragrance of the ingredients or what, but it smells like hand sanitizer. I can't do that on my lips. I can barely stand the smell of hand sanitizer on my hand. It makes me feel ill, and I can't do this. Also, I did try it because I was, before I even smelled it, I was putting it on my lips, and by the time I already put it on my lips, I was like, well, I'll suffer through this time just to see how it looks. Maybe it'll be worth it, and see if it would dissipate. But it did not dissipate, and I found it to be really difficult. It's really watery and hard to apply evenly. I'm gonna say it's user error, because I know that a lot of people love these kind of watery tints. I'm sure it's just me not knowing how to use it, but more than that, it's the fragrance. I can't do it. So I'm gonna pass this on to somebody that I know that won't mind that I tried it once. I realized my AC was on fan and not on AC. If it is a little bit louder, I really apologize. My phone has been really good about blocking background sounds. I know you can hear the squeak of this chair. I need some graphite or something on it. I purchased an item from Cleona Cosmetics, and I have to tell you the story behind this. Back in February, I got an offer from my app to do like games and earn money, and I was like, sure, why not? Well, it gave me like a ton of money in the first month, and that's how I bought the Glisten order, and also how I bought this Cleona order. And the deal was with my partner is that I could use whatever I earned that month for whatever I wanted. So I did, and then I still bought something, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just bought the item from Melt and maybe that thing from Glisten, and just like not purchase the Cleona. I've been wanting some new Cleona shadows for a really long time. They are so expensive and the shipping is so ridiculous. And with the tariffs coming to Canada, or they were talking about them coming to Canada, I know things are still whatever they are. With things costing more and all that, I just was like, I want to get it right now. That was kind of the conversation I had with my partner. You know, I want to be able to get these things. I'm going to use this app to do it. It's going to be free. It's not going to cost us anything. This is the girl math, right? We're doing the girl math. We're doing the cosmetic lover math, okay? We're doing the math. The shopaholic math. Let's call it what it is. We're doing the shopaholic math and saying why we can do things. But regardless, I picked up some beautiful shades. I only got 7 because, again, they're super expensive. And I picked up Shine On Shimmer Enhancer. That was a collaboration piece with Bad to the Brow. And I didn't purchase her collection because I didn't want to buy a collection. I wanted specific shadows I had already been looking at from Cleona, but I did really want to try this formula, so I did pick this up. I actually didn't know who Bad to the Brow was until I saw this collab she did with Cleona. These are all my single shimmer shadows that I own. The ones I purchased from Cleona are these 3 at the bottom here, these 3, and that one. I will swatch them, and I'll put some B-roll on the screen here of their swatches. That's what I got from Cleona. So the total for February minus $27.25. So $27.25 is how much I paid for one of these pans. That was a gift, so we're not including that in my beauty budget. Besides that, the total was $182.01. But if you only include what I actually paid money for, the Melt Cosmetics, then it was $102. I made 5 purchases from 4 different places. The first place I made 2 purchases from in March, and that was Ulta, because they were having their Ulta beauty sale, and I don't always shop the sale, but they had some items on my need list and also on my want list that were at a really good deal, and so I did pick up a few things. My first order was hair care, and thankfully they were on sale for 50% off. It was their 50% off day. And so these came in under my $20 limit for our personal care items that we have on the other parts of our budget. And as long as they're under 20, I don't have to pay the difference out of my personal budget. That's how we work that. The first thing I purchased was this Scene Leave-In Conditioner for all hair types, and it is fragrance free. I have really been enjoying this. I also used it in my son's hair, and it worked It worked good in his hair, but I had to use a lot of it for his hair because he has really coarse hair. I have really fine hair, so this is great for me because it's light and it doesn't weigh my hair down. But for him, it was too light. So I'm not going to use it for him in the future, which is great because it's expensive anyways. I'm going to show you one I actually did find that works for him later in this video. Very exciting stuff. Anyways, so I have that. And I also purchased this magic hair serum, and you really don't need a lot of it. I wash my hair once a week, and this is something I put in after I wash my hair, just at the ends. This is just not heavy at all for my ends, which is great because a lot of oils are just too heavy for my hair. Like I said, my hair is really fine, but it also is quite damaged. It's long, and so it's lived its life. It's seen things. I need to trim my hair, actually. I cut my own hair. Maybe I'll film that in Beauty Chores. Would you guys want to see that? Maybe like maybe a time lapse of me cutting my own hair. Maybe it's not really that exciting, but I don't know. And the next thing I got in that order was the Grande, a lash and a brow and a mini mascara. I think this is in black. I'm pretty sure it's in black, but this is a fanning and curling mascara. So I'm interested to try this. And I've been wanting a new growth serum for my lashes, and I've heard good things about this. I've seen good reviews about it. We're gonna give that a try. I haven't opened them yet because I've been finishing my other one. I'm actually gonna open these soon. So this was the only thing on there that was out of my beauty budget, and that was $27.50 on sale. And then I got Tarte lip samples in that order as well, which was like mystery gift that day. I probably would have said no to the mystery gift if I had known what it was, because that's one of the cool things I like about Ulta is they let you pick if you want the free gift or not. That way it doesn't just end up in the trash. Thank you, Ulta, for doing that. I really actually do appreciate that as a consumer. And I don't like a lot of things about Ulta. Their customer service and shipping is terrible. But anyways, I digress. It's one of the Tarte Maracuja. They sent like 4 different versions of their different whatever comes in the sticks. My mom took some of them, and then this one was too red for her. She doesn't really do a red lip. But this is definitely something that is going to go to someone else because I'm not going to use it. The next order I made in March at Ulta was from becasue, and that was their lip stain set. And I have really enjoyed these. I will say that they don't last as long as everyone else says they do on me. Maybe that's my user error or the fact that I drink a ton of water. Like, I'm constantly sipping water. If you're on mental health medications, make sure you're staying hydrated this summer. And also make sure, did you take your meds today? I'll wait. You go get them. Go. No, I'm serious. I'll wait. Yeah, just hit pause, go get them, and come back. Yeah? Okay, great. Now that you got your meds, drink lots and lots of water. Stay hydrated. They last a decent amount of time. Don't get me wrong. It's just like not all day like I was hoping they would be. It's like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. But that's a long time for me. Like, how long have I been talking and my lip's already gone? Reapply. This is just the Sigma Renew Lip Oil and Dip. And then I had the Mauve liner on. You can kind of still see the Mauve liner. In fact, I used to not wear lip products just because they annoyed me that I have to reapply them all the time, but I kind of enjoy it these days. I actually find it like a little luxury to take a moment and apply my lip. They are still really a great product, and I do appreciate the way that they stain and the extra insurance they give me under my other lip liners. The colors that came in the set that I purchased were hazel, mauve, and pink. You guys have seen swatches of these probably on the internet. If not, let me know and we can do swatches of them later. And then the other thing that I got in that order was the First Aid KP Bump Eraser. As you can see, I've been using this a lot. I like this very much. I will be repurchasing this, but only on sale because it is so expensive otherwise. But I'm hoping Ulta has it on sale again. I purchased Mauve Beauty Frost Lip Balm. And I also purchased the Dove Gray, I believe it's called Dove Gray, Cream Play Eyeshadow. I had gone back and forth when I had purchased from Mauve in November or December. Anyway, sometime during the holiday sales, I had gone back and forth between this and Mushroom, and I picked up Mushroom, and I have been thinking about this one ever since. So I picked up this. And then I also picked up the Cream Clay Blush in M118, which is a Jessica Hayes collab. This is beautiful, like, muted pumpkin orange. I love this formula as well. The next thing I purchased was Naturium, and none of this goes towards my beauty budget because this was all repurchase basic skincare items or basic toiletries, basic necessities. So the few things I picked up from Naturium in March were the Skin Soothing Recovery Lotion, which I'm about to open today. I'm so excited because I actually forgot I had that. It was sitting up in my backups, which I never go into because I have like 5 things in there. And yeah, I forgot it was there. And I'm out of lotion. And I'm not purchasing anything right now. So I was like, ah. So when I found that, when I was going through for this video, thank you, Past Amy, for buying this. I got the Glow Getter Mostly Oil Body Butter, and it's fragrance free. It does have a scent to it, but it's kind of a cocoa butter smell, really lightly. Sometimes something will say fragrance free and it will still have pretty strong fragrance from the ingredients, and I find that this does have a strong enough scent that I feel like it would bother some people with a fragrance sensitivity. Now this one I feel like doesn't have much of a scent at all compared to this one. Like here, let's put a little of this on my hand. So this is the Biolipid Restoring Lotion. Highly, again, recommend, my favorite lotion. Normally I have like so many empties of that. I don't know how many I have this time. We'll find out. But this is the one I purchased. And it's almost empty already. Yeah. This is much lighter. FYI. Anyways, that's what I purchased from Naturium. And that was $45.23. I'm just telling you already now because I know that I am not including that in the beauty budget total here at the top. The last place I purchased something from was Adept, and that was the Emo palette. And I have really, really loved this palette. I need to do a video so we can talk about what I really love about this palette in more nuance and more depth, but if this was gone from my collection, I would miss it, and I would definitely repurchase it. I absolutely love this palette. The total for March was $226.03. That's way over 100. I don't think I said that in the beginning of this video. The budget's 100. The budget's 100. Yep. And that's all I have to say about that. March was a rough month. There was definitely some emotional shopping that had been done there. I'd already done the mental gymnastics in February, already started down the path. Then I had a bad month. It just, the spiral. And I said, you got to go down this rabbit hole with me. This is how it goes. But then, I said, oh, okay, this is out of control, Amy. This is ridiculous. You do not need to be spending this money on stuff, on things. Like, you don't. You have things you want to be doing. You want concerts you want to go to. You have events you want to go to. You don't need to be spending so much money on things. We slowed down a little in April, but not as much as we needed to, because April was my birthday. Even though I've never been a big birthday person, all of a sudden, once I started using shopping as a coping mechanism, because it's not always been my coping mechanism, I definitely did a lot worse coping mechanisms in my life. We can talk about my history some other time, but shopping is the least of my worst offenses in life as far as like addictions go. But there was a point where, like, as I stepped away from other things, other unhealthy habits and things, that I leaned heavier into shopping and things like that. And I definitely found that all of a sudden I was celebrating my birthday more often. Take that with what you will, but I'm just saying, again, we have another excuse as to why we need to buy something this month and spend more than our budget. Mental gymnastics, mental gymnastics. This is our year of awareness, so we're being aware. I am being honest and vulnerable and just clear, I guess, with you, transparent. I'm being transparent, and so I hope you can see that for what it is. I'm not trying to, like, put myself down or trying to make anyone else feel bad about their budgets or how much they're able to spend. I am just trying to work through my process of how this keeps happening, how I keep spending this money on beauty, even when I have the intentions to be a conscious consumer. Beauty is the thing that I love, and it is the thing that is my hobby. And shopping isn't my hobby. I want to have a healthy relationship with it. I'm working on it, and I need to meet myself where I'm at. And I know I've said this a million times, but you can't do that until you know where you're at. So here we are, the year of awareness, figuring out where we're at. And yeah, so I hope you guys can take what I'm saying with that intention in mind, that this is a learning experience. This is not a shame. I'm like shame on me or anything like that. I just want to have honest conversation. I feel like that doesn't happen enough, and we feel guilty or we feel entitled that we should be able to spend the money or whatever. We make excuses, and like silence allows things to continue. Keeping things quiet and below the decks allows things to continue, and I'm bringing those things to the light for myself. And I'm just loving that I have the opportunity to share this journey with you and to talk about these things with you. So please don't take any of this as I'm not putting myself down. But I am being serious about the fact that I need to like step up and be honest with myself. That's not okay. That's not what you said you were gonna do. And I need to hold myself accountable. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm holding myself accountable. And we move forward. We do better. In April, I purchased the Blend Bunny plastic palette. I love this palette. I actually asked the owner on social, because she had like a Q&A. I asked her if she was planning on making any more of the smaller palettes, because I love a smaller palette. The owner said no, the plastic palette didn't sell very well, that she felt like her consumer is looking for the larger palettes, which makes sense. A lot of makeup artists do truly love Blend Bunny's formula for good reason. It's a beautiful formula. I actually feel like I probably used this palette the most of any of my palettes this year. Well, this and the Vivette from Adept. This palette is got so many different looks. I can do so much with this palette. There are a lot of beige in here though, but I love this purchased color for blending out for my skin tone. Is chef kiss. Love this palette. I wish she was gonna do more small palettes, but like I said, I totally get why she's not. Sad for me, but maybe I'll end up buying a bigger palette for them eventually. I don't know. All right, next in April, I picked up an order from Phytosurgeons. I have wanted to buy something from Phytosurgeons for so long, but what has put me off from doing that is because their blushes come in pots, and I know I don't use pots. I don't see them. Pots don't exist to me. I just forget that they exist. I didn't pick up the lip balms despite thinking that I might want to, because I think the lip balm looks really, really lush and delicious. I picked up the gray blush adjuster. I had to have it. I needed to have it. I have used it a lot since I got it. I've really been enjoying it. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. And then as well as I picked up the bronzer. So I'm going to show those to you real quick. Oh, I said Dusk. It's Dust. Dusk is the lip balm that I like. But I also, one of the reasons I finally picked up a blush from them was that it was a shade adjuster, but also they have a small quill brush they made that fits perfectly inside here. No messing your brushes up, no getting frayed brush edges. Jason, thank you. That's the owner, by the way, if you don't know. Jason, thank you for creating this brush to go with these. Unfortunately, he's not shipping these to the US anymore, as far as I know. That was the reason I purchased this, because I was like, now or never, Amy. Now or never. You know you want that shade adjuster. You know you wanted to try the brush to see if it was good, because then maybe you'll buy the colors. I've loved this. I've loved this. I am really tempted to pick up some of their other colors, but for now, I'm going to continue to love on this. I will say I was a little disappointed in the lids. They're really light, and I already cracked mine because I'm an over tightener. They're really affordable though. I can't even complain. It's user error. I always over tighten things. It's a beautiful formula. And the package is less. The other item I picked up was the Spectral Sunlight cream bronzer, and I got it in the shade 2 Rosy Daybreak. And oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with this. I'm using it a lot. In fact, I put my Say bronzer away for a little bit just to use this. It is so gorgeous. The shade on me is perfection. I love this so much. I really want to try their Spectral Shine Now, the highlight, but I didn't want to go too crazy. I was like, I mean, you got to try the formula first. Just because everybody on the internet says they love it doesn't mean you're going to love it. You know this. You know this. I was really happy with this purchase. Sad you can't get those brushes in the US anymore. Jason said they didn't want to have to raise prices of their brushes, and the only way they could continue selling them in the US is if they raised the price. And I understand that. I do. So hopefully things will settle down and it will become viable for them to sell the brushes in the US again. But for now, you've got to find a friend in Canada to send this to you if you need some, because these brushes are really great. This is actually my favorite product from them, is the brush. I wish I tried them sooner. Well, let's see. Oh, y'all, this actually makes me really sad to even talk about. For my birthday, I ordered the Wicked Widow cheek palette from the American Psycho collection. And I ordered one of the lips because I thought, I'm already gonna have to pay shipping, which is fine. I get it. Shipping's really expensive and really hard for a small business. So I was like, I don't mind paying shipping, but if I'm already gonna pay shipping, is there anything else I want to pick up right now? My package got lost in the mail. It said it arrived at the post office. They received the package and then disappeared. I waited another week because that's what you do. You just wait. And I thought, oh, well, you know, tracking sometimes doesn't get updated. I contact Wicked Widow Beauty. I check in with them. Should I go ahead and just file a claim with the shipping insurance? Because I did go ahead and buy the shipping insurance. They were like, you can, but we're working with the post office. We actually had quite a few packages get lost. And I was like, okay, I will hold off on the claim. I would rather just work it out with you guys anyways. So I never hear back from them. A month later, I reach out. Hey, you guys have an update on what's going on? They gave me an apology. You know, someone was sick or something happened. And okay, cool. You're a small business. I get it. You've got a lot of orders. You just launched this. They launched another collection. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, maybe I should just check on the shipping insurance. It doesn't need to be their headache. I'm just going to go ahead and file the shipping claim. Just get it taken care of. Shipping insurance says you have to file within a month. It's been a month and a week now. Cool. What? Like, it's shipping insurance. Like, stuff gets stuck in the mail. How can shipping insurance have to be filed within a month? I don't know. Okay. So I reached back out. I don't know if I told him I missed the shipping insurance. I just remember I said, at this point, is it possible that I can just get a refund? Because I know you guys are sold out of the blush palette. You'll probably have to wait a week because our manager's out. And I'm like, 1 week from today is the last day I can file a claim with my credit card company. You only have so long to file a claim. And I was like, fuck. Well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and file the claim because they had already sold out of the blush palette and already said, we'll probably have to refund you the blush palette, but we'll still ship you the lipsticks. They had already told me that. But they didn't want to refund the blush palette until they shipped the lipstick. I don't understand that either. It was just a really weird situation. My credit card company told me that they were refunding me my money. So why did they send me a shipping label the day that the credit card company said that? I'm confused. And then they never reached out again, and that shipping label never even got to the post office. I don't want to talk bad about brands, and I'm not here to talk bad about brands, so don't take it that way. But like, what the fuck, man? I mean, I got my money back in the end, which is like whatever. But you know what I wanted was the freaking palette. I wanted that blush palette. I'm so sad. I'm so sad that I did not get that blush palette, and I'm so sad that I had such a bad experience with Wicked Widow Beauty because I don't know, so many people have such good experiences with them and talk so good about the owner, and the owner is so nice on like social and everything, or whoever's their social media team. They're all so kind. I don't understand what happened, and I don't know that I will buy anything from them again just because I had such a bad experience. So please tell me your good experiences with Wicked Widow Beauty down below so that I can feel better about making a purchase from them again in the future. And if Wicked Widow somehow sees this video, I highly doubt they will. There's no bad blood, but like, what happened, guys? What happened between us? Let's be friends. Anyways, the last thing I bought in April was Ulta Beauty, and that was this. I got the free lash kit for my birthday because it was my birthday month. I picked the Grande MD as my free gift, so I got a second set. These ones are smaller. I thought it was going to be the same size as the minis I had ordered, but these are like travel, so they're even smaller, which is fine. And I might open the smaller ones first to see if I like it, and then if I don't, I can pass the bigger ones on to somebody else. There was a free gift with purchase from Ulta Collective, of course, because they seem to always have some sort of little gift deal with their collection, which is great. by the way. I think their formulas are pretty nice. Anything I've tried anyways. You guys have already seen all this though. I did a video and this was included in that video. Oh, I'm just gonna do this real quick. I got my banana candle, amazing. It's almost burned through. I need another one. I'm going to use this for something when I'm done. This Tangle Teaser brush that I picked up for my son is absolute magic. I think I may have sold my soul to the devil purchasing this, like, because I don't know how else this thing works. It's just like flexible plastic, but it works like nothing else. So worth the $15 I paid for it. I think they're normally even more than that. I think they're normally like 25 or something, but they were on sale. Life-changing brush, honestly. I got just an Ulta collection nail file. I needed a new one. The candle is included in my budget because technically I call it my beauty budget because that's where I spend all my money, but it's really my personal budget. If you were wondering how my beauty budget works, I have a whole video. You can watch it. It's old. It's probably not the greatest. It explains though my intent for this year and all that. So I'll link that if you want to go back and look at it. It's like 7 months ago or something like that. I will do an updated video here pretty soon. Catch up more with me on how that's going with the beauty budget. Let's talk numbers for April. April came in at $176.92 total, but including the Wicked Widow Beauty item that never shipped and the couple of things, the brush and the nail file that I purchased from Ulta, the total came in at $92.32. Lethal's website either had a sale or I had a code, but I was able to pick up the Dexter palette. I honestly have watched Dexter, but I haven't sat and watched the whole thing through. My partner was watching it and they had already started watching it, so I like kind of just by osmosis watched it when they were watching it, but I need to go back through and like rewatch the whole series and then catch up on the new series because I heard that's pretty great too from my partner. And I picked up these two Avatar palettes. In fact, today I have this middle shade all over my eye, and the panel looks really green, but on the eye I feel like it picks up the pink more. I really want to get in and use more of the mattes. I haven't had an opportunity to use the mattes yet. I just haven't had time. It's trying to get myself to at least use my makeup, giving myself permission to still use my makeup even though I don't have time to do a full look, I guess is what I'm saying, because I make excuses if I can't do a full look, then I just shouldn't use my makeup, because what's the point? That I'm just doing it for beauty standards and not for myself. And I'm like, am I though, or am I still playing with my makeup and doing it for myself? Because this is a pretty light look today, and I have to say I really enjoyed playing with my makeup today. Anyways, the other one I picked up was the water. So we have Earth and Water. And the Fire I don't think I'm going to pick up because I already have this Dexter palette and I already have some other red palettes. I just don't feel like I need a red, orange, yellow palette. I don't know. I might change my mind. But the Air one, I really want. I just didn't want to spend more money. I was trying to, like I said, I was trying to claw myself back and be good. I was like, okay, Amy, you don't need to buy the whole collection today. Like, pick two that you like, and then if you like the formula, if you really love the formula, because I've only ever tried Lethal's shimmers. I've never tried their mattes. And I've only tried their older shimmers. I've never tried their improved shimmer formula. So I was like, let's try it out first, and then if you love it, then we can talk, right? You're already buying 3 friggin' palettes blind. Like, well, not blind. I've watched videos. I did my research, but like, you've not tried this formula. You're buying 3 palettes. You don't need to buy 4 or 5. So I cut myself off. I didn't buy the extra, but I do want to go back and purchase the Air palette. I really want that Air palette. And right now it's not in our budget to be spending extra money, like at all, no pocket money, anything the last couple of months, which is fine. I'm happy to do that, to like make things work for my family. The last thing I picked up in May was Melt had another sale and they were giving away this bag for free. And you recognize it from Linda's channel, Glitter Fallout. She is obsessed with these bags, like this specifically, this crossbody bag. So I was like, well, I didn't necessarily need it, but it was free with purchase, and I was already going to spend the amount I was going to spend. You didn't even have to spend that much to get it free. I think they were like overstocked on these. Okay, so what I got from Melt was a blush palette. Oh my gosh, did I just say a blush palette? Yes, I did. Did I get a blush palette? I did. And you know what? It was on sale, super sale. And is that a reason to pick up a blush palette? No. Just because it's on super sale doesn't mean you need it, and doesn't mean... Okay, but I did it. You know what? I've been dying to try Melt's blush formula, and their blushes are quite expensive individually. I have been actually reaching for this because I do think of it, because it's my only blush palette I have. Am I going to buy more blush palettes in the future? No. Do I love this blush palette and the artwork and everything else? Yes. Can we have a one-off where I like something that I don't normally like? Absolutely. It is what it is. I love it. I don't regret buying it. I got it super cheap, and I got a chance to try the Melt powder formula without having to purchase it in a single that cost me a ton of money. And I do have one of their cream formulas, which I love as well, by the way, but I just haven't had a chance to try their powder formula. I also picked up the Melt, what are they calling this? Ultra Picante, and it is Ultra Picante. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so spicy. It's watermelon? Yo, I'm so blind. I think this is watermelon. I don't smell watermelon. Let me smell it. It's a matte lip plumper, and it's actually matte. Ooh, this is spicy. If you don't like spicy lips, do not buy this. This is spicy. It does dissipate. No, I guess. Oh, I can't smell the watermelon. I don't smell watermelon on my lips. All I smell is the lip plumper smell, which I don't like, which is unfortunate. That was the only thing I didn't like about it, is it does have that. I find, oh my gosh, I can really smell the watermelon now. Maybe I just didn't have it stirred up really good. Maybe I need to stir it better. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be funny if the reason it was so spicy was it needed to be stirred? I'm not putting it on my lips right now. I'm not in the mood for it. It is so spicy, but it works really good, and I really do like it. And I like that it's matte. You can just put it on and let it do its thing, and then you can put on whatever lip you want after. It doesn't mess with the formula of the other product. I also went ahead and picked up the Slick Waterline pencils in black and white. I picked up 2 of their lipsticks. I love their matte lipstick formula, and they had 2 colors I've been wanting that were limited edition on sale. They had Pumpkin and Summer. Summer is this super fun, bright coral pink. I wore this the other day with a brown lip liner. It was so gorgeous. And then I have this pumpkin one as well. Only thing I don't like about the Melt packaging is that they're magnetic and they have polarity. Oh gosh, what's the word? They push against each other and they come apart all the time. They don't want to, whatever. It's just annoying. It's not really a big deal. It doesn't have anything to do with the formula. I just wish that somehow the magnets weren't so strong. And of course, the other Melt lip balm I picked up because I had used up the other one, so I picked up another one. And the last thing I got from Melt was this mascara brush I have been coveting forever. Isn't that so neat? You can take it, you get your mascara on it, and then you can kind of go in and get your lashes. And I have this spot, the way my eye is shaped, where my top lashes come down and go over my bottom lashes. And when I'm doing mascara, my bottom lashes like to get caught into my top lashes. And so I have been loving this. All right, that is everything I purchased from Melt. Lethal Cosmetics was $120, Melt was $114 for a total of $234. 168 of that was beauty budget because the 66 for the Dexter palette was my birthday gift. Do you see? Rabbit hole. Let's go down. Let's make it all okay. But I mean, like, I also need to reason with myself and parse out what is really happening. And I think that I actually feel really good about what happened in the last 6 months. June and July, nothing. We spent nothing, zero, nada, not even a lotion, a shampoo. August is going to be a big fat zero as well, as long as things keep going the way they are. My partner works construction, and the construction industry right now is just having a hard time with everything going on. There is a lot of fear, and so things are stalled. I hope things start moving and the jobs pick up. I do have in front of me a couple of other purchases. I pulled the items, but I don't have an account for this, so I must have not written this down, which is unfortunate because I was doing such a good job of keeping track of things. But this one slipped through the cracks. I'll have to give you some numbers and dates up here on the screen of when I purchased these items. But I have this e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder I picked up, the pressed powder, which I love. And then I also picked up 3 of the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balms. I know I picked these up in separate transactions because I feel like I picked up 1 when they first dropped, and then I went back and picked up 2 more. I get free shipping all the time with e.l.f. because of their rewards program. I think that's why I didn't account for these either, because I think I just picked up these items probably here and there, which is how I get myself. I try so hard not to do that, but here we are. The e.l.f. Reviver Lip Oils, they're amazing. I got the Strawberry Shortcake, the Blackberry Sorbet. These are delicious. Oops. These are delicious. This Java one, Java Chip, tastes way too much like black coffee. I don't like that. It tastes gross, but the color is so beautiful. Should I put it on right now? My other lipstick wore away. it really just smells like black coffee with maybe a little bit of sugar. But that color, I love it. So for that purpose, I'm keeping it right now, but that one might go eventually because that coffee smell is gross. I like coffee too, but that, I don't want my breath to smell like coffee. And then free for my birthday, I got this. I don't remember actually if this was a birthday gift or if this was just a free item from my rewards, but this was free. This is one of their shadow, what do they call these? Liquid metallic eyeshadow. And it came in the color Little Dipper. I haven't actually even opened or used this yet, but I'm interested to try it. I've been interested to try e.l.f.'s liquid shadow formula. That was a kind of a nice little free gift I picked up. And then this was my free birthday gift. I think I got to choose between a couple items, but I picked this one because I thought this would be the one I would like. And unfortunately, I can't do the smell. It's too strong. It smells like a plastic toy. Like a kid's plastic toy. That's what it smells like to me. I don't like it. I can't do it. I heard the formula is really great though, so hopefully I'll be able to pass this on to somebody else who the smell doesn't bother, because it's not that bad of a smell, and I'm sure for somebody they won't even notice the fragrance, but for me it's too much. And then the last thing I picked up from e.l.f. was this Pure Skin Toner with oat milk, aloe juice, and niacinamide. My skin doesn't really take to niacinamide too much. It actually ends up making my skin not moisturized at all, but just greasy. But I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up. I need a new toner. And I've actually really been enjoying this. It's really gentle and I don't find it stripping at all on my dry skin. I also have this purchase from Amika that I somehow did not record. I am gonna guess it's because it was a repurchase for my dry shampoo, but I do need to include part of it because I ended up buying two. So here's the thing, before I had the money to purchase it on the Ellis Brooklyn website, it sold out. But then I Googled the set to see if I could find the set somewhere else maybe. And lo and behold, Amika had a set on their site, which included the dry shampoo with the Miami Nectar scent and the sample perfume and this really nice see-through Amika like beach bag. I'll put the price up here, but it was really cheap for what it was. I will say I do actually prefer the original fragrance over the Miami Nectar for the dry shampoo. It's just a little strong. I've been using it. It doesn't activate my migraines or anything. And then a few things I picked up from Grocery Outlet when I was shopping. I needed a new deodorant, so I picked up the Shea Moisture Whole Body Deo in the coconut and hibiscus scent. This is my absolute favorite scent from Shea Moisture. I love their products, but I don't necessarily recommend this deodorant. I don't feel like it's the best deodorant out there, unfortunately. I think they have one that's not whole body, that's just a deodorant stick that has aluminum in it. If you don't mind aluminum, maybe that one would work better. But I really like Shea Moisture as a brand. I've purchased stuff from them for over a decade. I really have enjoyed their products. And so it was at Grocery Outlet. I went ahead and picked it up. You'll actually see I have one of these in empty I had already used. And I already knew it didn't work that great for me, but it was the best option they had at Grocery Outlet that day. And I needed deodorant. It's summer and I was completely out. So that's why I picked this up again. Probably wouldn't repurchase it. Not at full price anyways. I love Shea Moisture as a brand. It's just, it doesn't work with my body chemistry. And then also at Grocery Outlet, I picked up some contact lens relief from Clear Eyes. This is not my regular brand, but it was what they had at Grocery Outlet, and so I picked it up. I picked this up as well from Grocery Outlet, the Jason Soothing Fresh Cucumber Dry Deodorant Spray. This actually works pretty decent. The only problem with it is the sprayer on this isn't very good, so it kind of drips down. When you go to spray it, you get like a drip down in front of it, and it feels like wasted product. I don't know if that's why these were at Grocery Outlet. Maybe there was something they already knew was an issue in the factory that happened with these. You know, Grocery Outlet is a store that saves things from the landfill. They buy stuff that either was overproduced by a company and they're trying to get rid of, or mislabeled, or if there was something wrong with it in production that's like not up to their quality standards but doesn't make the product unsafe to use, they sell them there, right? So anyway, so it's possible that they knew that this had a funky, defective sprayer, and that's why they sold it at Grocery Outlet. I don't know. I don't usually have too many problems with items from Grocery Outlet, but occasionally I get like something weird like that where it's defective. But you get that at a regular store too, so I don't know. Anyways, I digress. This is the spray I bought for my son's hair, which on a whim was at grocery outlet. It is coconut milk, and I think it has fragrance in it. Let's see. Yeah, it has vanilla in it. That's it. Is there actual fragrance in here? I don't think there is. It does have a coconut smell, though. It does definitely smell like coconut, but it hasn't bothered my son's skin by any means. We've only used it like 3 times, but the 3 times I used it, I felt like it did a decent job of detangling his hair and hydrating his hair. When we went out for 4th of July, we needed some new sunscreen. So I picked up this 2-pack from Kroger. It didn't say if it was fragrance free or not, but it was kids sunscreen. It said it was for gentle, for all skin types or skin sensitive, or I don't remember. There was something on it that I thought, okay, well, we'll give it a try and see if it bothers my kids, because they have had reactions to spray sunscreens with fragrance before. These seem to work out really well. They don't have a strong fragrance. They do have a bit of a fragrance, but it's not at all strong. It says fragrance on it too, so there's definitely something added. But I would say the fragrance they added to this is probably more to cover up the smell. Like, there are some fragrances that are actually for blocking the stronger scents of the ingredients. I think that might be what's in here, because I don't really feel like this has a strong fragrance at all. It doesn't smell like the typical sunscreen or banana coconutty scent that sometimes they have, or anything like that. But anyways, it works pretty good. Didn't leave the skin feeling greasy or too chalky. This is a chemical sunscreen, and yeah, we really enjoyed it. Like I said, it didn't bother my kids' sensitive skin, so A+ for that. And it's Kroger, so we like to support Union. Last thing, these were actually a free purchase. I have the CVS Extra Care because I get my prescriptions through CVS, and the only CVS we have around here is a town away, which isn't that far. I mean, I live in the metro area, so a town away is like, but when there's traffic, it can take, you know, like a half an hour to get there. And so sometimes it's just cheaper and easier than dealing with traffic to go pick up our prescriptions, is just to have them delivered. And if you get the CVS Extra Care, it's $5 a month, and then you get free shipping, plus you get a $10 CVS Extra Care credit to spend in the store. And they have really amazing deals. So if you don't have CVS Extra Care and you get your prescriptions from them, definitely check that deal out. I will see if I have a referral link. I'll let you know. If I do, I'll leave one down below. It will just be a standard referral link like anyone can get. Like, you can go in and like refer a friend type link. I don't have any kind of affiliated links or anything like that. But if you're interested, maybe check that out. They were on a super sale, and then I had the $10 credit plus a $5 credit for my prescriptions, and I ended up getting this for free and had it delivered with my prescription. So this is the Clean Yummy Plumper Gloss in Minter is coming. And the other one is in Snow Place Like Home. And these are really plumping, and I actually find them to be quite the tingle. Not as bad as this one from Melt. Like, it doesn't burn as bad as the one from Melt. I enjoy a burn. So when I say burn bad, I don't mean like I can't stand it. There's only ever been one lip product that was a spicy lip product that I actually couldn't handle the heat from, and that was like K Voss back in the day. And it was like a natural one, and it was just like coconut oil and cinnamon oil and capsaicin. That thing made my whole face turn red. It was, but for most part, I like spicy lip plumpers. It usually dissipates, but this does take a while. These burn for a bit. I will say the burn lasts longer with these than the Melt, but the Melt is more intense. But I've been liking these. I've been just interested in trying more drugstores besides e.l.f. And yeah, I wanted to give that a try. All right, y'all, I have 2 hours of footage on just these, on just the purchases. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna leave it here today. We'll finish, but you know what? We're gonna split it into a few videos because I feel like this is way too long. I love a long chatty video, but looking forward to the Pans and Pass. I got a whole bunch of those as well. Don't want to miss it. Check it out. We're going to get it edited. We're going to get it up this week and next. Stick around. Subscribe. Thanks for being a part of my channel. JC, you want to say goodbye? This is our JC. Say peace. No? What does a kitty say?